हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय रा जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवर धारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवर धारी। आया यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा वनचार्यम्। जमुना तीरा वनचार्यम्। जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा वनचार्यम्। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jam Vishnupad Paramhams Parivrajakacarya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimati His Divine Grace AC Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramhams Parivrajakacarya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimati His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपः कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. This morning we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4th, entitled The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 24, entitled Chanting the Song Sung by Lord Shiva. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Bhagwan Ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Chandra Bhagwan Ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Text 27, I believe this is displayed on the screen. Text 27. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishadha Putra Viditam Vaschakirshitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishadha Putra Yuyam Vedishadha Putra Viditam Vaschakirshitam Viditam Vaschakirshitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va Anugrahaya Bhadram Va Evam Me Darshanam Kritam Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishadha Putra Viditam Vaschakirshitam अनुग्रहाय भद्रं वा एवं मे दर्शनं कृतं। श्रीरुद्र उवाच यूयं वेदि सदः पुत्रा विदितं वश्चकीर्षितम् अनुग्रहाय भद्रं वा एवं मे दर्शनं कृतं। Please recite. Anandmay Prabhu, please recite. Shri Rudra Yuyam Vedi Saja Putra Viditam Vaschakirshitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedi Sadah Putra Viditam Vaschakirshitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. यूयं वेदि सदः पुत्रा विदितं वश्चकीर्षितम् अनुग्रहाय भद्रं वा एवं मे दर्शनं कृतम्। श्रीरुद्र उवाच यूयं वेदि सदः पुत्रा वेदितं तत्सकीर्षितम् अनुग्रहाय भद्रं वा एवं मे दर्शनं कृतं. Anybody from Vaishnavis? We will see word to word meaning. Shri Rudra Uvacha. Lord Shiva began to speak. Yuyam, all of you. Vedi Sada, of King Prachini Bari. Putra, sons. Viditam, knowing. Va, your. Chikirshitam, desires. Anugrahaya, for the matter of showing you mercy. Bhadram, all good fortune unto you. Va, all of you. Evam, thus. Me, my. Darshanam, audience. Kritam, you have done. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. Lord Shiva said, you are all the sons of King Parchini Bari, and I wish all good fortune to you. I also know what you are going to do, and therefore I am visible to you just to show my mercy upon you. Please recite the translation in response. Lord Shiva said, you are all the sons of King Prachini Bhari, and I wish all good fortune to you. I also know what you are going to do, and therefore I am visible to you just to show my mercy upon you. Papat. By these words, Lord Shiva indicates that what the princes were going to do was known to him. It is a fact that they were going to worship Lord Vishnu by severe austerities and penances. Knowing this fact, Lord Shiva immediately became very pleased, as apparent by the next verse. This indicates that a person who is not yet a devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead, but who desires to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, receives the benediction of the demigods headed by chief demigod Lord Shiva. Thus, a devotee of the Lord does not need to try to please demigods separately. Simply by worshipping the Supreme Lord, a devotee can please all of them. Nor does he have to ask the demigods for material benedictions, for the demigods, being pleased with the devotee, automatically offer him everything that he needs. The demigods are servants of the Lord and they are always prepared to help a devotee in all circumstances. Therefore, Srila Bilvamangal Thakur said that if one has unalloyed devotion to Supreme Lord, the goddess of liberation is ready to serve him, to say nothing of the gods of material opulences. Indeed, all the demigods are simply waiting for an opportunity to serve the devotees. Thus, there is no need for a devotee of Krishna to endeavor for material opulence or liberation. By being situated in transcendental position of devotional service, he receives all the benefits of dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So first of all, I seek blessings of all the assembled devotees, in particular His Grace Anandmay Prabhu, so that we can discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam. And here this particular verse is in context of Prachetas, who were sons of Prachini Barishad, getting audience of Lord Shiva. So in the past we have seen that getting the audience of Lord Shiva is not a very easy task. Now sometimes people also say that getting benedictions from Lord Shiva is very easy, Ashutosh. But getting audience of Lord Shiva, in terms of Lord Shiva acting as a devotee of Lord, is very, very rare. The demons may get the benediction of getting the audience of Lord Shiva, but they don't get the real benediction of Lord Shiva in terms of Lord Shiva directing them for devotional service. It's very rare of such a great opportunity being awarded to Prachetas. So here Prachetas, having been instructed that perform austerities to please Lord Vishnu. So they reach the abode of Lord Shiva, and there is some description about how Lord Shiva's abode looks like and how Lord Shiva also looks like. In the past verses there is description of how Lord Shiva's color is molten golden, unlike white. So generally molten golden color is of Radharani or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So generally any color describes what the personality is also about. Just like we know that the color of molten golden is of color of compassion. Just like Radharani is extremely compassionate to all the living entities. Here Lord Shiva is similarly compassionate to Prachetas. That my dear Prachetas, you are going to do austerities to please Lord Vishnu. I am already pleased by you. So the demigods, being part and parcels of Supreme Lord, need not be separately worshipped to please that particular personality. So here Prabhupada writes in the purport that thus a devotee of Lord need not try to please the demigod separately. So in the future also we will see that after Prachetas performing austerities and after certain time Narad Muni comes and preaches Prachini Barishad, and also then he instructs Prachetas. This is, I don't know if we can have this verse on display. This is text 14 of 4th canto 31st chapter. So Narada Muni is instructing the Prachetas once again here Yatha taror moola nisechanena tripyanti yat skanda bhujopashakaha pranopaharach cha yatendriyanam tathaiva sarvaharanam achyutejya. So Narada Muni is telling Prachetas, as pouring water on the root of a tree energizes the trunk, branches, twigs, and everything else, and as supplying food to the stomach enlivens the senses and limbs of the body, simply worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead through devotional service automatically satisfies the demigods who are parts and parcels of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So sometimes some people think that just because in Sanatan Dharma and in Puranas there is description of so many demigods. Sometimes people say there are 36,000 demigods, sometimes 36 crore demigods. Even whatever we want to accept, it is a huge number. Like sometimes some kind of modern philanthropic people, they believe that all gods are equal and they feel that all gods should be worshipped. And that's why they have an array of photographs or deities of various demigods. And they feel that by doing so they are pleasing all the demigods. They have that feeling. We see all the gods at equal level. Some kind of a philanthropic idea. Whereas they don't know how many demigods are actually there. My dear sir, if you are worshipping, try to worship all the demigods. And if we actually end up telling all the number of demigods, their names, their faces, their activities, you will never be able to please all the demigods. Imagine 36 crore demigods. So imagine even if in a year you have 360 days. So every day you are supposed to worship 10 lakh demigods. Will it be possible to worship 10 lakh demigods in one particular day? To worship all the demigods in 1 year? Not possible. So the whole idea of thinking that we consider all the devatas equally fails. So we as devotees, or one who is worshipping Krishna, we should understand that there is no need of worshipping so many demigods. Why? Because, or sometimes people say a counter logic that we don't see the God, Krishna, so easily manifest in this material world, in the activities, because Brahma creates, Vishnu maintains through his energies, not directly. Just like Krishna manifests himself as Surya and gives light and energy to the entire world. So in this way, various ways Krishna manifests his energies, but not directly as a person. So some people say that why should we worship Krishna? So here this verse also answers that kind of logic. Just like when we see a tree, we don't see the tree's root. We generally see the tree's fruit. Whenever we want to enjoy mango tree, we don't enjoy mango tree. We see the fruit. We don't see how beautiful the mango. When we eat the mango, we never say that the root of the mango tree is very tasty. We don't say that. But still, when we want a mango, what do? We water the root of the tree. So similarly, when we want anything in this material world, we should ideally first worship the Supreme Lord because He is the root. He may not be visible. Just like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mattah parataram nadnyat kinchit asti dhanam jaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. So I am not visible to common eyes. But however, here the focus is that all the demigods being part and parcel of Supreme Lord, they automatically become pleased. Just like all the senses, like when we become fatigued, our eyes do not have a clear vision. We don't feed the eye thinking that okay, now the eye has problem in seeing, so let us feed the eye. We feed the stomach only. And only when stomach gets the food, it transforms into energy, then all other senses become energetic. There is no direct scope for us that my legs are feeling weak, so I'll directly feed my legs. My hands are feeling weak, so I'll directly feed my hands. It's not possible. So similarly, even if you really want to please all the demigods, you should first worship Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And by worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead, you automatically please all the demigods. So now somebody may raise a question that in Krishna Leela, we see that Indra is not pleased when all the Brajvasis wanted to serve Indra by performing Indra Yagya, Krishna came and created a disturbance. He said that no more Indra Yagya. You worship Govardhan because Govardhan is the one who is providing everything. They gave the logic that Indra is providing. Then Krishna cut that logic and said that Govardhan is providing. Where is Indra? We don't see Indra. So they thought, okay, fine, we will go by the words of Krishna. And Indra became displeased. Counter to this logic, where when Krishna is pleased, all the demigods are pleased, why Indra is not pleased? We see that if Indra is not pleased, what reaction Indra got? Indra was thoroughly humiliated. And finally he had to come bow down to Krishna and say that it was my mistake. Only because of my ego, I thought that I am superior to Krishna. So in either case, surrendering to Krishna is more easier, better than surrendering to demigods. Because when you surrender to demigods in a separate manner, the demigods may end up cheating you anytime. Like there were demons, if I am not wrong, Tripurasur, who surrendered to Shiva, and he thought that Lord Shiva is with me. And in the last moment, he saw that Shiva just withdrew his benediction on Tripurasura and he got killed. But Krishna's devotees are not like that. When you surrender to Krishna, Krishna always comes to protect you. May that be any situation. Like for example, we have this story in Bhagavatam 5th canto. Jad Bharat was great devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And these Kali worshippers, they abducted Jad Bharat and they thought that he is a fit candidate for worshipping Kali. Because Jad Bharat was a little fat and looking very ugly. So that this is perfect for Kali. And they thought they were almost set up an altar for cutting Jad Bharat into various pieces and offering it to Kali. Whereas the reverse happened. Bhadrakali appeared and they cut all these choppers. Using the chopper, she cut off all these people who were involved in cutting Jad Bharat. So the devotee of Lord is protected by Supreme Lord also and demigods also. So there is no need for a person to unnecessarily think that my attention should be diverted to so many different demigods. So many different demigods give different benedictions. So let me go and search for various benedictions. Many people generally go to Lord Shiva for material benedictions, or the Mayavadis think that by worshipping Lord Shiva we get liberation. So that kind of concept is also there. So here Bilva Mangal Thakur, who is a great Acharya in Vaishnava Sampradaya, he says that a person who is a devotee of Lord is not at all interested in liberation. Mukti, he is not at all interested. In fact, Mukti Devi wants to serve the devotees of the Lord. But devotees of the Lord is not interested in taking that service. Here Bilva Mangal Thakur says that wherever devotees go, the Mukti Devi is standing by just to see where I can serve the lotus feet of the devotees. So in this connection, there is one very interesting interaction between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So generally Mayavadis are very interested in this concept called Mukti. They tell that by achieving Mukti, they themselves become Supreme Lord. So this word called Mukti is very fascinating to Mayavadis. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was earlier a Mayavadi and he was very much fascinated by Mukti. But whereas when he got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, he became very averse to this even word called Mukti. So after Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was transformed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, which was indicated by his nephew. When initially Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met Lord Chaitanya and his nephew, I am not forgetting his names, Gopinath Acharya, yes, Gopinath Acharya had a very heated argument with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya saying that you are not able to recognize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Supreme Personality of Godhead. He gave all the logics and explained that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then Gopinath Acharya said that only when you get mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you will recognize him as Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he had a discussion on Bhagavatam or Vedanta Sutra for a very long time. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him mercy. He recognized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he became a devotee, he used to come and recite various verses in front of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one day, when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya came to meet Lord Chaitanya, so he recited a verse. This is Madhya Leela, 6th chapter, 260, 261 verses. Ekadina Sarvabhauma Prabhu Age Ale Namaskara Kari Shloka Padila Lagile. So one day Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya came and recited a verse. Bhagavatera Brahmastave Ra Shloka Padila Shloka Shei Dui Akshara Patha Firila. So one day Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya recited a verse which was spoken by Lord Brahma. And he changed two verses. Two verses meaning. Tattenu kampam susumikshamano bunjana evatma kritam hipakam hridvagvapu vir vidadhan namaste jivetayo bhakti pade sadaya bhak. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this verse. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being a very expert in Bhagavatam, he said, this verse is not there. It is Jivetayo Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhak. And how is it that Bhattacharya is telling Bhakti Pade Sadaya Bhak? Prabhu kahe Mukti Pade Iha Patha Khaya Bhakti Pade Kena Pada Ke Tumara Ashaya. I have read it as Mukti Pade. What Vyasadeva wrote, what Sukadeva Goswami spoke, is Mukti Pade. How is it that you have changed to Bhakti Pade? Bhattacharya kahe Bhakti samanahe mukti phala Bhagavad Bhakti Vimukhera Hai Danda Kevala. So Bhattacharya is telling to say that devotees achieve liberation is simply a curse on devotees. How is it that Bhagavatam is spelling a curse on devotees? Tattenu kampam susimikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam hipakam hridvag vapu vir vidadan namaste. A devotee who is tolerating all the inconveniences in this material world, which is heart, heart, vag, vacha, hridvag vapu, which is body, he is serving Supreme Personality of Godhead irrespective of whatever difficulties he is finding. So how is it that you can say that he will achieve mukti? It is very bad. Then let us see. Then this is in response to that. Of course, Bhattacharya explains about various kinds of liberation. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks. Prabhu kahe mukti padera ara artha haya mukti pade shabda sakshad ishvara kahaya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, why do you think that mukti pada is referring to a state of mukti? Mukti pada actually is referring to Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. Mukti pade yara sei mukti pada haya kimva navama padartha mukti samashraya. He says that mukti pada doesn't mean a state of mukti. It also means he achieves a person to whom mukti is serving his lotus feet. Pada means also a position. Pada also means lotus feet. So mukti pada means to one whom mukti is at lotus feet. So he achieves mukti pada means Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not approving that even for the sake of bringing out apparently a devotional meaning, changing the verses which are given in Shastras. One should never try to change the scriptures. Rather than changing the words of the scriptures, we should understand the meaning of the verses in devotional light. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never approved that. Rather, he gave a very devotional meaning. If we take that meaning also in this context of Bilva Mangal Thakur's explanation, Tattenu kampam susimikshamano bunjana evatma kritam hipakam hridvag vapubir vidadan namaste jivetayo mukti sade padaya bhak. Jivetayo means even though he is living this material world, he has achieved the mukti pada. The Sanskrit meaning may say that. But there is another meaning. Jive tayo mukti pade sadaya bhag means even though while he is living, mukti is serving is at lotus feet. Still the devotees don't give a heed. Still devotees reject the service of Mukti Devi, saying that don't offer your service to me. So that is the greatness of the devotees. Few days back we were fortunate to hear from great devotees about this context, and His Holiness Loknath Maharaj was telling that never try to become the Supreme Lord. Even Supreme Lord wants to become devotee. But these Mayavadis are so proud and arrogant that they want to become Supreme Lord. Whereas Krishna wants to become devotee. Because unless you taste the devotional mellow, the perfection of existence is never achieved. Even for Supreme Lord, who has created this material world. Like that. So Lord Shiva, many times people misunderstand that Lord Shiva is one who gives liberation. Or one who gives material benedictions. But you will never see that for such kind of people, Lord Shiva automatically becomes manifest in front of them. Like for example, Vrikasur had to endeavor so much to have audience of Lord Shiva. Whereas devotees of the Lord, they never do great endeavors to please demigods. The demigods just come and give offer benediction. Like just like here, Lord Shiva is telling, I know that my dear sons, you are going to do austerities to please Lord Vishnu. I am automatically pleased. I came just to give benediction to you. What he says, Anugrahaya bhadram ve. I have already been very merciful to you. Evam me darshanam. I myself come to give benediction to you. So never think that Lord Shiva is the one who gives material benedictions. Understanding that Lord Shiva gives material benediction is a very, imperfect understanding of Lord Shiva. Whereas when we understand that Lord Shiva is happy by those people who are performing devotional service to Supreme Lord, that is a complete understanding of Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva has this role. Or rather any person who is sincere devotee of the Lord, great personalities come and just benedict. Just like Prithu Maharaj was performing great devotional service, the Kumaras directly, automatically came and gave benediction, saying that, okay, very fine, no problem. Dhruv Maharaj was very determined to serve Lord Vishnu, just because his mother has said, only if you please Lord Vishnu, you will get this benediction. So in his mind, the thought of pleasing Lord Vishnu became so prominent that Narad Muni came and gave benediction. Bhadram Ve, chant this Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So similarly, those devotees who are endeavoring in the path, they are automatically guided by the demigods and Supreme Lord. Those people sometimes say that we are not getting sufficient guidance, we are not getting inspiring association. So such kind of people still remain in that lower thought, saying that no, I need something to do, or rather sometimes it is fault finding tendency because of which they keep finding faults. Rather Bhagavatam says that if you are sincere, automatically good guidance, automatically good association is awarded to you. So for a sincere devotee, there is no point of discouragement in Krishna consciousness. Rather every situation he can take it as encouragement. So here Prachetas are determined to do these austerities, and Lord Shiva, luckily they reached Lord Shiva's abode, and Lord Shiva, out of extreme compassion, becomes manifest and is giving his instructions and his personal sanidhyam and reciting verses for benefiting these Prachetas. So this is one aspect of Lord Shiva which is not so much seen in other Puranas, whereas it is seen in Bhagavad Puran, that he is a worshipper of Lord Vishnu. So like that there can be many more discussions on this subject matter. Prabhupada says, being situated in transcendental position of devotional service, he receives all benediction of dharma, artha, kama and moksha. So devotee of the Lord need not do various things of this material world, like philanthropic activities or pleasing demigods, trying to please so many different aspects trying to maintain so many formalities of this material world. You just Krishna, Krishnaika Sharanam. If you just accept this as your life will be full of benedictions from various people. This is what is my understanding of this context of Srimad Bhagavatam. If anybody has any questions or comments, they can please do so. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Anybody would like to add something? Anandmay Prabhu would like to add anything on this context? Yes, Hare Krishna. It is easy to please Lord Shiva.
Is it easy to please Lord Shiva, Prabhu? Okay, that is one question, Prabhu.
Okay.
And next continuation is, okay, one person will try to please Lord Shiva and after getting the mercy of Lord Shiva, can he ask him Krishna Bhakti, pure Krishna Bhakti?
Pure Krishna Bhakti, okay. So generally demigod's kripa has two categories. Kapata kripa, akapata kripa. Sakapata kripa, nishkapat kripa, whatever. So when demigods offer material benedictions to demoniac people or materially wanting people, it is sakapata kripa. Sakapata kripa means you be with it, don't disturb me. Akapata kripa means somebody who is really interested in Krishna consciousness. The demigods, they direct the living entity to go to Krishna. In the description of the creation in the spiritual world, there is also description that Lord Shiva has two expansions. Of course, many expansions. One category of expansion, Lord Shiva's, the main existence of Lord Shiva is Sadashiva, whose planet is half material world, half spiritual world. So in that Sadashiva Loka, who were apparently true devotees of Shiva in terms of trying to serve Shiva but not having any material benediction, they go to Sadashiva Lok. And in Sadashiva Lok, Lord Sadashiva is speaking Bhagavatam to all his people. And from there, whenever devotees travel from there, pass by there to go to Vaikuntha, these people who were apparently hearing Bhagavatam from Lord Shiva, they get the benediction, they also go to Vaikuntha Loka. Like that. So Lord Shiva definitely directs conditioned souls to Supreme Lord. But for that also you need little sincerity. But yes, pleasing Lord Shiva is easy in either ways. Those who want Akapata Kripa and Sakapata Kripa also. Those who want material benediction, you worship Lord Shiva. Prabhupada writes in few of the purports that if you just offer little water and bay leaves, Lord Shiva gets easily pleased. That is for those who want material benedictions. Those who are spiritual seekers, you please Krishna, Lord Shiva automatically becomes pleased. In that way also it is easy to please Lord Shiva. Just like devotees are surrounding Krishna, you go to Krishna, you will automatically find Krishna with devotees. Similarly, Lord Shiva is also like that kind of personality. You want to please Lord Krishna, Shiva automatically becomes pleased. But Shiva, being a very elevated devotee, to get his audience and get his instructions, that is little difficult. Just like getting an audience of pure devotee within this material world is also very, very rare fortune. Similarly, getting that benediction of Lord Shiva, where Lord Shiva is sitting with you, instructing you in Krishna consciousness, is little, very rare occurrence like that. But pleasing Lord Shiva, anybody who worships Krishna, he automatically becomes dear to Lord Shiva. Okay? So thank you all very much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.